boy, have I had a few rough days. Let me tell you. Okay, so I uh, apparently am predisposed to sinus infections, and that is not cool, my friends. If you've ever had one, you'll know. Okay, so I went to the doctor on Monday for what I suspected was a sinus infection, and it was nasal congestion. Was working with zero nose holes. All right, so fully clogged. All right. And that, for one, makes me feel very, like, it makes me feel anxious, Um, but I guess that's true for everybody, right? So, clogged up nose, obviously, that's not comfortable. But anyway, they gave me a antibiotic for the healing of it, and I took the antibiotic. Apparently, the antibiotic was too strong because I had a reaction to it. And I ended up in the hospital, and they gave me some things in the hospital to counteract the symptoms of the reaction. Wasn't crazy, you know, um, serious, but it was serious enough for it to be scary. And I went to went to the hospital for it. Right. So then one of the medications that they gave me at the hospital, one of the symptoms could be like anxiety and jitteriness, and oh boy, did I experience that. Oh my God, I've never experienced anxiety and jitteriness from a doctor prescribed medication before, but that was atrocious. It was a lot. It was hard to handle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, I never want to experience that again in my life ever. But that was my experience over the past few days, and I'm looking forward to a future where there's no nasal congestion. My primary care physician wanted me to go to a ear, nose, and throat doctor. Well, they had called me, the ear, nose, and throat doctor, and they said, we are booked up from new patients all the way up until April 2026. I was like, well, dang. Well, dang. That's a lot. That's a long time, honestly. And so I'm going to try to find another ear, nose, and throat specialist. Apparently, people are notoriously having sinus problems lately. I don't know. But that's been my journey of the past few days. Right now, my nose is fine with the thanks of antibiotics and some nasal sprays, but I'm not trying to go too hot and heavy with the nasal sprays, as I know you can become dependent upon them, and I don't want to become dependent upon them any more than I may already currently be. So, yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with. Any suggestions for sinusitis and nasal issues and stuff like that, let me know, because I have a humidifier. I do all of that. So I do the neti pot when I need to. So anything besides those suggestions, please let me know. That would be greatly appreciated. Um, anyway, I just wanted to do a little video talking about that because that was crazy. And the hospital medication that they gave me that I had the anxiety reaction to, I think it was tramadol. Um, I will never be taking that again in my life ever. No, thank you. No, thank you, my friends. Okay, and but that was crazy. That was crazy, and I think I'm realizing it's dust. Obviously, I have cats, so yeah, but dust, and it seems like all winter, it was crazy. So it's like dust from the heater vents and stuff like that. So I think that's my main problem. But like, dang, I was so surprised when they said at the ear, nose, and throat specialist that they were not accepting new patients all the way up until next year. Like, what? How many people out there are having these problems? Apparently, a lot. You know what? In high demand, I bet, are ear, nose, and throat specialists. So, anyone out there looking for a good career path, but that would be it. So, dang. Um, yeah. So that's what I have. That's my little personal, vlog update. I can breathe today. I'm working with 2 nose holes, my friends. 2. Count them. 1 and 2. Yes. Hell yeah. This is not fun. I will accept 1 nose hole. But working with 2 is the optimal solution. Any of you out there have nasal problems? I know this is like a boring video. Props to you if you've watched this until this point. You're a true one. Stay tuned to the next video. Have a beautiful day. Oh, and don't forget to let me know if you have any suggestions for natural healing for my nasal cavities and to prevent sinus infections. I have a 3-year-old niece. She's about ready to be 4, and every single time she gets sick, Melody gets sick, and with sinus issues. So I don't want to be a bad niece and be like, get away from me, nothing like that. I don't want to be bad to my niece. I don't want to be a bad aunt. But like, dang, So any suggestions for this issue, I would greatly appreciate, my friends, if you haven't already followed. And if you've made it to this point and you haven't followed, like, come on, we're pretty much besties, so you might as well just follow, right?